Hello students, welcome to engineering assignments. So in the engineering assignments today we are going to study disaster risk management. So what is disaster risk management? You already have studied what is disaster, what is risk and all. Okay, basically the disaster risk management consists of three elements. First is disaster prevention, next is mitigation, third one is preparedness. Okay, along with we will have a risk assessment as well as recovery. So basic aim of disaster risk management is that to decrease the risk by reducing the exposure to hazard, lessening the vulnerability, also increase the capacity. Thus what will happen is that we will build resilience to the disaster. So if you have a proper disaster risk management, then you can reduce the adverse effects of the hazard. Now, there is various framework that has been proposed to understand the phases and the process of the disaster risk. But here, in this video, we'll be discussing about only two frameworks. Okay. Now, the first framework is this, which consists of four elements in the cycle. First one is disaster identification and assessment. Second one is prevention and mitigation. Third one is preparedness. And the fourth one is recovery. Now, disaster risk identification and assessment is the first thing what you have to do in the disaster risk management. So, the hazard analysis and the monitoring of the hazard should be done in this case, and vulnerability analysis can also be done, and we also determine the risk. Next is prevention and mitigation. Prevention and mitigation is the second element in the disaster risk management. Here, land use planning is done, land management is done, and as well as non-structural measures are also provided in this. Next is preparedness. Preparedness means before an event occurs, you must be really prepared what all things you have to perform. So you can provide early warning, you can do evacuation, and you can have an emergency planning in this. Now, when an event has occurred, the next thing what you have to do is you have to do recovery. In the recovery, there comes rehabilitation, reconstruction, and rescue services. So these all are the main elements of the disaster risk management framework. Okay, so this is a brief explanation I gave about the disaster risk management. Now we will deal with each and every phases. So the first phase is risk identification and assessment. This involves determining and analyzing the potential origin or characteristics and the behavior of the hazard, like the frequency of occurrence and the magnitude of consequences. Next thing is application of risk reduction and the mitigation. Here, what you can do is that you can plan and implement some structural interventions. So there you can build the dams, or you can have a sea defense also. And there are some non-structural measures such as disaster legislations. Next one is disaster preparedness and emergency management. These are the activities and measures taken in advance to assure effective response to impact a hazard. It also includes the measure related to timely and effective warning as well as evacuation and emergency planning. For example, in Kerala, the flood was affected around 2 times in Kerala. There were many losses that happened due to the flood. So now, if a flood occurs in Kerala, we all are prepared to face the flood situation. So, disaster preparedness means you have to get prepared before a disaster is going to happen. We can say that risk identification assessment, prevention and mitigation, preparedness, these three are the phases that must be taken before a disaster happens. Next is recovery or reconstruction. And recovery is a step that must be taken after the disaster happens. That is, so many people will be affected. So you have to restore the living condition of the affected people. Now, disaster risk management includes the following measure. First one is before, second during, and third one is after disaster. So what are things you must do before a disaster happens? First thing is you have to analyze the risk. Second one, you have to provide prevention, and next is you have to get prepared for the event. Second one is during the disaster. During the disaster, you have to provide all emergency aids. Then in the third one is after disaster. After disaster, you must do reconstruction. So disaster risk management approach is needed in order to enhance resilience and reduce vulnerability to disaster. So next we are going to deal with disaster risk management cycle. So disaster risk management cycle is at the core and encompasses the usual elements of the disaster risk management. You can see that the same phases are also dealt in the disaster risk management cycle. So each core element has been expanded to show most factors that are not easily discernible. So next I'll explain about the disaster risk management cycle. So here we will start from prevention and mitigation, next preparedness, next if the disaster has been happening, we'll go for response and recovery. So the first one is prevention and mitigation. So prevention and mitigation, prevention I have already explained what is prevention and mitigation. So once again I am going to explain it, that is to prevent the future emergency and take the step to minimize the effect is called as prevention and mitigation. We all say that prevention is better than cure. Okay, so we have to take a step before it is going to happen. You know that the Japan is frequently affected by the earthquake. The people over the Japan, they have created new structural ideas to withstand during the earthquake. Next one is preparedness. Preparedness is to take action ahead of time to be ready for the emergency. That is, you have to plan how to respond. Whatever happens, you must be ready to face that situation. Okay, so suppose that your semester exam is not declared, but the next day itself they are announcing your exam, then you must be prepared for the exam. So here we focus on understanding how disaster might impact our community. For example, there's a low-lying area. Suppose a flood is coming. What you must do? So you will be prepared to go to a camp when the flood affects your area. So it deals with what to do and how to do everything. Here you can see that the prevention and mitigation, preparedness, they all are done before a disaster happens. Now, what should be done after a disaster happens? That is response and recovery. Now the disaster has happened, and next thing what you have to do is that you have to protect the people and the property over there. So this is called as response. Now there's a term which is coming, it's called as triage. It is the term which is used for sorting the people based on the severity of injury. Next is recovery. Recovery means the disaster has happened and you have to rebuild after the disaster. To rebuild after a disaster in an effort to return operation back to normal is called as recovery. For example, the earthquake has happened, your road is fully gone. Then what you have to do is that you have to rebuild that road once again. So this is an example of recovery. And the recovery can be divided into two types, that is short time and long time recovery. If the recovery is done within 6 to 1 year, it's called as short time recovery, or if it takes more than 1 year, it is called as long time recovery. So that's all about the disaster risk introduction as well as the disaster risk framework. Thank you students. Thank you for watching my video.